Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And if you saw the last episode, I have changed my train engine from the previous few episodes to this one, which I picked up for completing South America Center, or its checklist. And where I am now, and what I'm doing this episode, is I'm coming into some town in Brazil that's near this factory because I want to go pick up my brand new car. I've actually dropped off the stuff I need to build the car, I just didn't bother building it. So I figured this episode, off we go. I will pick up the car, probably put it on my train, and then I am carrying a load of building materials to start working on South America Lower. Take a little bit of time to get to. What I did figure out, and I'm not doing this, but I figured it out, is I only actually need to build this station here, which will give me a path to my depot, which will allow me to then access my depot to build all the other stations nearby. Oh, I can't build that bit of track yet. However, I also discovered that most of the stations in South America Lower require lumber, wooden windows, bricks and tiles. I was expecting to build, where is one? A load of stations like this, with aluminium beams, plastic windows, stone walls and slate. I figured it would probably be about 50-50. So that's what I geared up for with the stuff in my depot, only to find out that the ones that require aluminium beams and plastic windows, etc., are rare in South America Lower, which means that I'm not going to have enough resources to build all the stations I was expecting to build, because I have, I wouldn't say the wrong type of resources, just not enough of the right type of resources in my depot. So it was a I wouldn't call it a mistake, it was, I made an assumption out of ignorance because I had no information otherwise. It seemed a reasonable assumption at the time, and it turned out to be an incorrect one. So at some point I'm going to have to break off my station building and dealing with South America Lower to go get a load more resources. In addition, the next part of the story says buy mysterious mass cargo in Charlottetown, Pennsylvania? Possibly, somewhere in North America. Well, I'm not going to actually record me doing that, because all I'm going to do is go up there, pick up the cargo, then it'll send me to somewhere else. So I will just go and pick up that cargo at some point. But while I'm here, first things first. Right, my wonderful new Abraham's car, by the looks of it, is a passenger car, plus 10 comfort when equipped in South America. That's nice, I'm in South America. So let me pay the 50,000 and collect it. So now I have Abraham's car. And off we go, and okay. How many people do you carry? 9, and you carry 10. Alright, looks like I'm going to be replacing the PM track car with Abraham's car. Assuming I can find Abraham's car in my list of cars, which is now admittedly only 14 pages long. Still doesn't mean I can always find the ones I'm going to want. Got to be in here somewhere. I know, I just bought it. There it is, on page 7. So it doesn't really matter which way around I scrolled, it was going to be there. I've also got another faux bowl, which I haven't put on my train. What the heck, we'll put it on the train and move it forward. And then missed. Right, close. That car. Right. So now I have Abraham's car there. All these cars towards the front, or these 6 cars now, close to the front of my train are all pretty much new to my train, and these front 4 cars are the ones that earn cash by people actually using the resources. I'm not entirely sure what the Biggie snake car actually has as a resource apart from a damn large snake, but it should be interesting to see how it upgrades over time. Yes, my car is currently full, mainly of building materials, so no point in me stopping at a station and picking something up because I can't fit anything else on my train. In between the end of the last episode and the beginning of this episode, I did actually go up to this part of South America Lower and upgrade a few stations at $500,000 a piece, because as I mentioned in the last episode, when I unlocked South America Lower, I was expecting to pay about 14 to 16 million for the new depot, and it only cost me 3.5 million, so I had all this spare cash lying around, which I'd expecting not to have. So I figured, what the heck, I'll go and build some cheaper stations, or cheaper-ish stations. $500,000 is not really that cheap. But that was, yeah, pretty much what I've done. So I now have some new cars. Oh, this one needs to be upgraded. Let me give my train a quick clean and maintenance. A bit of TLC. And then, right, this to-go car needs to be upgraded. Let me just get out of this station I'm currently in. This Old West cargo car can now be upgraded, as can the Behemoth cargo car. So that's 3 cars upgraded. Abraham's car is going to take a little bit of experience before it upgrades, as are these now. The Phobol, which is the duplicate of a car I've already got, but I want to upgrade. I don't know if you make more money if you sell the duplicates and they're level 3. But I'm assuming you do. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just like getting cars to upgrade. It's fun for me. So I've got good old Phobol, which is going to take 2,500 experience points to upgrade. So that's about on a par with the 4 cars behind it. And then the Biggie snake car is going to take 5,000 experience points to upgrade. It's got a ways to go. Oh, there's something in the way. As I go through Sao Paulo, or go towards Sao Paulo, I guess. On the joys of the map in South America Lower, if I highlight South America Lower, that's not South America Lower, that's South America Upper. Right, this one is the nearest station to the depot up above. And it actually requires just 150 polo mallets. I've got that in my depot, and I've got to, for the South America Lower progress, which I've managed to apparently complete, earn gold from cars. I've got to, where is it? Not serve passengers, meet market demands. Meet 3 of the South America Lower market demands. Well, I can do that one from whichever depot I decide to go out of. That's one I can definitely do because I have the stuff already, whereas I don't have the pizza I need for that one, or the whatever fish that is. Although it does sell pizza and meatballs down here, that's nice. And this one requires amber, which I'll need to go to Russia for by the looks of it. That one requires, I can't remember what that's called, but it's a resource that's in South America Centre. That one I haven't found anywhere yet, mahogany timber. Jade, I think that might be in China as well as in South America Lower. Sweet potatoes in South America Upper. Sunflowers in South America Lower. But so far, I found one market resource that I've got the stuff to already complete it, which is kind of nice. Collect the cash from these 4 cars. As I say, I've got over 5 million in cash to play with, and I'm going to build this station, that station, then come down here and build that station. That will give me a passage to this depot, which means I can go to this depot, come out this side and build all these stations, with assuming I've got the resources left at that point. So that will give me some decent progress in South America Lower, which will allow me to start working on the cargo requirements of a load of the stations once I know what they are. That is my plan anyway, and if you know anything about my plans, they never work out. Don't want to stop there. So here we go, on to my first trip into South America Lower. Into Puerto Iguaza? Iguaza? Yeah. I don't know what country that's in. Whatever country AR is. I guess it's Argentina. Guessing large parts of this are Argentina. Yes, my knowledge of South American geography is pretty poor. Montevideo, that's Uruguay, I believe. Buenos Aires is definitely Argentina. What's on this side of the world? Santiago, what's that? Chile? I say, my knowledge of South American geography is pretty terrible. Argentina stretches all the way down here, and that's the Falkland Islands, or the Malvinas if you're Argentinian. And over here is Easter Island, which is one of the places that requires sweet potatoes. Right. So I've arrived at this wonderful station. Time to construct it. So I'm carrying enough lumber, wood windows, red bricks and black roof tiles to should be able to complete 5 stations if I so choose. That's 120,000, and that has a market requirement of apples. Wonderful. Another resource I don't currently have, and they're basically found in North America, USA Center to be precise. So I'll now head now to the next Argentinian city. But at least I now know I need apples, which is something I wasn't aware of I needed before. Oh, did I actually upgrade that, or did I just leave it? I think I just left it, and it's cheap to upgrade. So if I check the South America Lower progress for the buyer upgrade stations, I've now gotten 37 out of the 60, because stations normally built with lumber, wooden windows and bricks are relatively cheap, normally, as opposed to ones built with aluminium, which are relatively expensive. So, as most of the stations down here are lumber, wooden windows and brick type stations, hopefully achieving the buy and upgrade stations part of the checklist will be relatively painless. Oh, this one's going to cost me 180,000 to build, but okay. And it has a market requirement of anchovies, which I can find in South America Center. Buy that bit of track. Head over to Resistencia. Yes, please excuse the bad pronunciation. This will help clear out the stuff that's on my train as well as the stuff that's in my depot. Because as I say, I've got to go and A, collect a load of resources in South America Lower, but B, restock on things like lumber, which is the one I'm going to run out of first. I should have enough wooden windows and bricks to last for a while, because I collected a load of bricks a couple of episodes ago. But I don't have enough lumber. And the only place you can get lumber is Canada West. And you don't get a lot of it. So it takes a little while to collect that. But I really thought having enough lumber to create 10 stations, or construct 10 stations, was going to be more than enough for South America Lower. As I was expecting most of them to be aluminium beam, and I was wrong. Oh, this station requires, I think that's trout. Easy way to find out. These trout resources. Yep. I've actually got a couple of trout. There you go, have a couple of trout. A couple more things off my train. And let me upgrade that one. Then head down here to Concordia. And this will then give me a route through to my depot in South America Lower, which will make my life so much easier for constructing or using the rest of the resources I've currently got to construct other stations. So all in all, South America Lower is going to be a lot cheaper than I was expecting for construction, the depot, generally everything. Of course, it's going to use up a load of my resources, which I'm going to have to replace and use up again. Resources which I thought I'd still have some available when I came to the Caribbean, which will be unlocked next, hopefully in a couple of episodes. Because completing this checklist shouldn't be too difficult. At least that's my hope. Yes, I've got to do a bit of travelling in South America Lower. But, as I say, it shouldn't be too onerous. Oh, okay, that's the way I've just been. There was me thinking I had to do something at the next station. Okay, that's back into Brazil, Santa Maria, whose cargo of apples, that's right. Yes, I needed apples for that and oil for that one. But I managed to find that stuff. I think it's Rio Grande. Yeah, it wants 1,000 of... There's some kind of hat, which I can only found so far in South America Lower, and that one wanted guitars, which I've got, or which I've done. Oh, my train seems to be coming to a stop. Okay, a few more resources. Never complain. Always nice to get free stuff. And now down to 4.5 million. Santa Maria. Actually, while I'm in Santa Maria and I've now got space on my train, I will just pick up everything that's there. If I don't need it, I'll always sell it later, but it's always nice to have the stuff I might need. I am pointing in the right direction, so I am going to have to do a reasonable size clear out of my depot at some point. However, I don't know what all the resources are that I do require in South America Lower yet. So I don't want to clear out stuff in my depot, then suddenly find out I've just sold a load of stuff that I now need. Because that would irritate me. And I'm easily irritated. It's a personality flaw. I have many. And easily irritated is definitely one of them. As my team at work have found out. Do not talk to me before 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've had at least 2 cups of tea, otherwise I will bite your head off. And if you irritate me day after day, eventually I will snap and bite your head off, no matter how many cups of tea I've had. So yes, I do not have the most calm personality, but like many character flaws, including that one, I am at least aware of the fact that I'm easily irritated. Or more easily irritated than most people that I've met, should I say. I'm also more sarcastic and cynical than most people I've met, apart from pretty much every Australian I've ever met. I spent 4 years living and working in Sydney, and when I left America to work in Sydney for a few years, I was the most sarcastic and cynical person in my office. I was also one of the smartest people in my offices. I went to Sydney to work with an IT development team down there, and I wasn't in the top 10 or 20 of the most cynical and sarcastic people in that office, and I was also suddenly became the dumbest person in the room. That was a culture shock. And that's that. Concordia, now built. What's that want as a resource? Oh, that also wants apples. Wonderful. I'm going to be going up and getting a lot of apples, which are not the easiest resource in the world to collect, because they, as I say, they're only made in USA Centre, and Canada Centre has a few of them as well. Okay. But now I want to head to my depot. Oh, I should be able to connect that bit as well. Anything else I can connect? Oh, that should be pretty much everything. Oh, no, I can't connect that yet because that's not connected to anything. Okay. I'm going to go into my depot, get a load more stuff. Oh, apparently I need to find a key resource. Don't know where I find that one. That could be a bit of a challenge. But this one, again, lumber. Go this way. Lumber. Wood windows, bricks. Same going all the way down here. And same with that one. Buenos Aires is one of the few that requires aluminium beams, along with Montevideo. So I will go to my depot, then come out the other side and construct this area. And then decide where to go after that. But that is pretty much it for the moment. I've now got a new car, the wonderful Abraham's car, which is just a standard passenger car. Next to its to-go car, the Old West cargo car, the Behemoth cargo car. Admittedly, these three will get thrown off the train at some point in the not too distant future and will be replaced with new cars once these three are upgraded to their highest level. They will be replaced, and probably by cars that I will go to the gumball machine and get, so probably in a couple of episodes, I'm guessing. The faux bowl car is going to take a while for me to upgrade. This place wants amber, this wants tuna. I'm going to need sunflowers. Of that I'm pretty sure. Mahogany timber, I've been looking for that forever. I need the jade as well. And the guava. And the chulo hat. That's how it's pronounced. Cashews. Bag of flour. I know I also need the pizza. So there's quite a lot of cargo around here that I'm going to need. Yes, I'm thinking I might keep the Biggie snake car on my train for quite a while. Well, it's going to be on my train for quite a while just so it can be upgraded. But even after that, I may keep it on the train for quite a while longer anyway. Because I like it. There again. Depends what other new cars I find. And how many cars that I get out the gumball machine that are brand new. So what's this station coming up? Oh, one that requires the mahogany timber. How are we doing? 41 out of 60 upgraded. I've got a lot of miles to do. A few passengers to serve. Meeting the market demands, that's still doable, and buying cargo, well, that's going to happen anyway. So it's just a matter of time and effort at this point to... Oh good, woven rugs. Let's get rid of the mahogany timber. Requires 350 of those. Replica swords I can get all over China. I'll take the pizza even though I've got to make a trip to the USA shortly anyway. I need the meatballs and the jade. And I'll just make one stop at Mendoza. Then I'll be on to my depot. Yes, all these require 1 million to upgrade them. That's why they're only partially upgraded. Just like that one requires a chunk of money. Oh, Concordia is relatively cheap. I forgot to upgrade that one. Right. So what does this station Mendoza require? It wants jade. I've got a few bits of jade lying around right now. So once I've been through Mendoza, I will end this episode. And hopefully when I come back for another episode, it's going to be a day or so. I'm guessing that I will have done a load of the cargo stuff, gone and got a load more resources from various places, and hopefully constructed a load more of these stations. Because you've seen me construct some, you don't need me to see me construct every single one. I'm definitely finding a load of resources that I need in this part of the world, including the lead, bags of flour, meatballs, pink salt, chunks of amber. It looks like I might even be able to finish another couple of stations in Africa with the resources I'm finding down here, which is kind of nice. As I say, as I'm on my way to the depot, my depot is currently 500 short of being full. I've got tons of stuff. I still have found no place that requires rosewood timber, and I'm collecting it on the principle that I'm going to need it at some point. I don't have enough polo mallets to fulfill the cargo requirement for them. I'm short a few. But I've still got 150 wood windows, which is enough for 10 stations. But yeah, I've got soccer balls, green tea and cricket bats I wasn't sure if I was going to need or not. As well as a load of other stuff. So, at some point I'm going to need to do a clear out. But I'll worry about that. That's where I'm going to end this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed as you watch me blow up a log. And hopefully I will see you down the track for more of Tiny Rails in the not too distant future. Have a great day and cheerio!